All right, Shalom, we the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out. Prophesy the downfall of America. First and foremost, all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Havakra Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And the sincere Shalom, and all the I came out laboring in truth and in sincerity and sound doctrine. I want to go into this topic on the lunar Sabbath. Okay, this is a response to Adam Abbott, WFI, cold cuts. Okay, I want to start off by saying, man, you know, and excuse my language, but who the fuck allowed this guy? Okay, and this is not personal, man. This is business. This is for rightfully dividing the truth, man. Rightfully dividing the scriptures. Okay. Now we know that the scriptures say, you know, pretty much paraphrasing, judge not a man according to his holy days or his Sabbaths. Okay. Now, that's one thing. Let's get that out the way. Okay. Now, it's cool if you're saying that, right? But if you're saying that the lunar Sabbath is off, then you're going off, man, and you're going to get rebuked and corrected. Okay, I did a video on this as well with these Adam Abbott guys, you know, from the RFID microchip to now, you know, even still, this Friday, Saturday, Sabbath. Now, this guy was rambling on and on without even explaining or breaking down any scripture. He started saying something about a transition day, whatever, you know, but not even hitting the key points in the scriptures, proving the Friday, Saturday in the scriptures. And let me ask, you know, when does a new day begin according to your Friday, Saturday, Sabbath? Okay, what time of the day? You know, what thing happens to let you know? You know, pretty much when a new day begins according to your Friday, Saturday, Sabbath. Okay. Now, we know that in the summer we have longer days. Okay, that still don't wipe out the fact that we have to follow the lunar Sabbath. And in the winter we have shorter days. And when I say that, I mean shorter days of sunlight compared to longer days of sunlight. All right. Now, according to the lunar Sabbath. Now, first let's get out the way what the Sabbath is. Exodus 20:8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, going back to Genesis, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the seventh day and hallowed it, made it holy. Okay. Now, the question is, all right, when does a new day begin according to this Friday, Saturday? Now, according to the lunar Sabbath, a new day begins, all right, not 12 a.m. like Esau says, but at sundown. All right, from sundown to sundown is a Sabbath. Okay, now let's get this on the screen. Okay. And again, I just keep refraining back to who the fuck let this guy speak, man. You know, and I'm not talking or getting on his you know, his speech impediment or whatever it is he has, you know, the way he talk. But he is not in any way, shape, or form to be a teacher, okay? Now, hold on, let me bring this example up. Now, this is from Apostle Ramlop's channel, GMS Doc, right? Okay, now you see, okay, GMS Doc, channel 11. All right. Now, this is from November the 6th, okay, last month. This was our Sabbath according to that month. Tuesday evening to Wednesday evening. Okay? And a month before that, let me go back. The month before that, I think he did a video. Yeah, here we go. It was Monday Eve to Tuesday Eve in October. All right. Let's jump ahead to November. Okay. Now, November. For Monday, went from Monday Eve to Tuesday Eve. Now it's Tuesday Eve to Wednesday Eve in November. All right. Sundown to sundown. Meaning not 12 a.m. is a new day according to Esau. You know, he says 12 a.m. Okay, then he starts all over to 12 p.m. in the noon, so-called middle of the day. The next day, all right, a new day begins at sundown according to the lunar calendar, the lunar Sabbath, all right. Now, here we go. This month, our Sabbath changed. Thursday to Friday, okay? Now, you're going to have times through the calendar year because Esau got shit all jacked up with this Gregorian calendar crap. Now, we went from Tuesday to Wednesday to Thursday, Friday evening, okay? So, when the sun went down on Tuesday, Wednesday, the new moon didn't come into play until that Thursday evening at sundown, to Friday, and that's the Sabbath that we're in now. Okay, it takes roughly, let me get it on the calendar. Let me pull this calendar back up. Okay. Now, last month, it was, what's this, December? Okay, so this month we have Thursday sundown to Friday sundown. So it's roughly 28 and a half or 29 days within a month, if I'm correct. If I'm not correct, correct me, please. All right, now, Thursday Eve to Friday Eve. Last month, it was Tuesday Eve to Wednesday evening. So when the sun went down on this Wednesday, that following Thursday ushered in the new moon. It's not depicting that on this calendar because we are in this is December's calendar right here, okay? So if this were according to November's calendar, when a new moon comes into play, there's no moon in the sky. You can't see it. Pretty much it's black, it's darkened, okay? And you know, when it goes through its different phases like you see here, that's the transition of that 29 days, showing you the different phases of the moon, okay? That it goes from dark moon on through these different phases to a half moon and eventually to a full moon, which you see right here, back to a dark moon. Now, January is up, you will see a new moon, all right? Now, we get this Amos 8 and 5. Now, keep in mind the transition I just showed you where it went from Tuesday to Wednesday to Thursday and Friday. It says, saying, Amos 8 and 5, saying, when will the new moon be on that we may sell corn? Because you know you can't buy or sell during a new moon or a Sabbath. Okay, that's that day of rest. You know, that new moon represents the ushering in of a new month. Moon meaning month. I'm going to get that scripture as well. When will a new moon be gone that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit. Okay, now, okay, you can't buy nor sell, and among other things, during the Sabbath, like you can't pop your women. Okay, have sex with your woman on the Sabbath or a new moon. You can't buy or sell, but let me get this scripture. It's a shame we gotta go correct these guys. Irresponsible breakdowns, man, because the Lord ain't dealing with them, okay? Let's just get that straight, okay? Turn it down. Shit. Okay. All right, now here we go. Sirach, Ecclesiastes 43:7. For the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. This is not the scripture I want, but maybe it's in this chapter. Okay, yeah, kind of. As a matter of fact, yeah, let me start at 5. Sirach 43:5. Great is the Lord that made it, and his commandment runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. Okay, we have different phases where the moon we will have a blood moon, or we will have an eclipse. That's a sign, you know, of things to come. You know, those different. We had a blood moon or super moons. You know, or that blue moon we recently had. You know, that was a sign of things to come. You know, they showed you an example of that in the Nat Turner movie. Okay, what is it called? Birth of a Nation. When he was waiting on a sign from the Lord to make a move on these Edomites, they showed an eclipse in the sky, and they also did that in Apocalypto. Okay, because Esau knows, man. You know, Esau knows what a Sabbath is. He know we're the children of Israel as well, but that's another lesson. The moon is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. Okay, now moon means month. Okay, which takes you back to the example I was making on how it takes 29 days to go from a complete cycle, a whole moon, a month. Okay, that's the lunar cycle, man. There's phases of the moon. They have an app on phones called Phases of the Moon where you can accurately track down when the Sabbath comes in, when the new moon comes in, when the full moon comes in, marking the middle of the month, okay? When you see the new moon, a full moon in the sky, you know that you're in the middle, approximately the middle of that month, okay? Simple, man. But all things ain't simple or common to a fucking fool, man. Excuse my language. You know, we'll bring this out. 2 Peter 2. And yeah, this is what I wanted right here. You know, this is for this guy, you know, all these guys, man, because there can't be who the hell allowed this guy to come in and do a video, put it up on your channel, and break that and butcher them scriptures like he did, man? Who the fuck gave the okay for that? You know what I mean? You know, he went rambling on, going through a whole chapter, the example of David, you know, with the showbread and all that. You know, he was everywhere that you really couldn't get the point that he was making on proving the point of the Sabbath that you guys follow. Okay? Now, I'm going to start at 18. And this is 2 Peter 2 and 18. And this is going back to, you know, when this all kicked off on this Adam Abbott marathon, man. Just going in on these guys off and they proud doctrine, man. They pride that's in them. They off doctrine. Okay? You know, these guys are just off, man. Whoever follows them need to come out of there if it's meant for you to come out, man. You know, this is, I'm going to start at 2 Peter 2 and slack it. I'm going to start at 12 and then jump down. But these, as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. Okay, this is to you, Adam Abbott, and whoever else teaching a false doctrine that's outside of the doctrine that Great Millstone teach, which is the doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You are natural brute beasts who are made to be destroyed because you speak evil things that you understand not. You shall utterly perish in your own corruption, man. Okay? Which have, verse 15, which have forsaken the right way and are gone astray, following the way of Balaam and the son of Bozer, who love the wages of unrighteousness, but was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumb ass speaking with a man's voice forbade the madness of the prophet. Forbade the madness of the prophet. So you're a dumb ass speaking, man. Okay? A lot of you guys out here are dumb asses speaking. Okay? You being mocked. You being compared to a fucking donkey, man. Which is a dumb work animal, man. It has one purpose, and it's a work animal. Okay? And actually, that animal is serving more purpose than you guys, man. You know, but the Lord got you set up for those who aren't meant to understand it. Verse 17, these are wells without water, clouds that are carried with a tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever, man. You guys are clouds that are carried away, okay? A cloudy sky with no water, man. Okay, the water is a representation of this knowledge and understanding in the scriptures, and you guys have no water, man. Okay, you're not a fountain of living water. Okay? You don't have the oil, man. All right? Now, you know, so with that, you know, the moon is a sign of feast, like described here in Sirach 43, verse 7. I like that that decreaseth in her perfection. Okay? It decreases, okay, because you see the different phases of it. All right? You see it goes from, like I said, a dark moon to a full moon, back to a dark, man. The month is called after her name, okay? The moon means month, man. Representing that whole cycle it takes to go from new moon to new moon, Sabbath to Sabbath, man. Okay? So when the Sabbath come in, you count 7 days. All right? Let's do this on the calendar. Okay? Now we're in the Thursday, Friday Sabbath, all right? Us here at Great Millstone, and all those who follow the doctrine. So Thursday night, when the sun goes down, until Friday night, all right? When the sun goes down, that's the Sabbath. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? 7 meaning when Thursday come in, that sundown is that new day, man. That 7th day, sundown to sundown. And with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Avakwa Kadosh. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and the sincere Shalom, and all the Akim, all labor in truth, and sincerity and sound doctrine. Till next time, Shalom, death to America, Mawaf, Lababal.